guys. So I'm doing my cutting Q&A. I don't know how long this is going to be. I had about 20 questions. Well, 20 different people asked me a bunch of questions. So if it's longer than about 15-20 minutes, then I will probably do a part 1 and a part 2. So we'll see how this goes. So I'm just going to scroll through the post that I put on Instagram on Tuesday and read out what people asked and then give you my answers. Okay, so first one. I heard a while ago that if you're trying to bulk and build size, then you should in fact cut down on cardio. I want to be big for me, not for the world, so I do cardio every day, like 20 minutes before I lift. If I'm trying to build size and bulk, then should I cut back on cardio? Short answer is yes, you probably should cut down on cardio. I mean, if you really want to do cardio, then you will need to up your calories even more to make up for what you're going to burn off with the cardio. But why are you doing the cardio? Do you feel like you need it for fitness levels, or because generally people who are, you know, say bodybuilder types, like, well, I guess me or whoever, you don't really do any cardio when you are bulking because it is counterintuitive, really. Cardio just takes, you know, burns more calories, and what you're trying to do is eat in a surplus, not a massive surplus, but like 500 calories a day extra than you would need to maintain the weight that you're at currently. And that's quite hard to do. That's a lot of extra food, you know. You can even go beyond that. It depends like how easily you put on size. You know, some people need even more calories than an extra 500. So that's a lot of food to fit in a day. And cardio obviously takes, you know, it burns more calories. So if you're trying to put on size and you need to be in a surplus, if you're doing cardio as well, you're going to have to eat even more to make up the difference of what you're burning with that cardio. So it's not recommended. What you need to do really is just, if you want to bulk and put on size, you just need to focus on that. You need to be doing heavy lifting, focus on compound movements, so squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, things like shrugs maybe, and those are kind of the main ones that I would focus on, the compound lifts, and as heavy as you can. So you're looking at about 4 to 6 rep range. You know, the last 2 or 3 reps should be hard for you, and if they're not, and if you're getting 6 out, you need to move up the weight. You're doing heavy as you can. 4 to 5 sets, I would say, for each one. And you need to eat. You need to eat like your life depends on it, and eat well. Figure out your calories, figure out your macros, and eat. And then when you're not training and you're not eating, you need to be resting, because you don't want to be expending any extra calories, really. Bulking is all about eating in excess and lifting heavy. That's how you put on muscle. Okay. Next question. Well, we're already at 4 minutes, so I'm probably gonna have to do a part 2. Anyway, so next question. When you're cutting, do you still have a cheat meal once a week? Yes. How do you get through the hangry moments? I don't know. I just have to deal with it. Like, usually I don't get really hangry. It's not that bad, actually. You have to play around with like where you put the most calories, you know, in which meals. The that suits you best. So I've been putting most of my carbs in breakfast, pre-workout meal and post-workout meal, and I feel like that works for me to stay not hangry. And another thing that I do is just to have you know, more meals per day. So rather than like a few big ones, I have like 6 or 7 meals a day spread out fairly evenly across the day. And so there's always like, I'm never really very far from my next meal, so I don't get super hungry. And then I know that, you know, once a week I've got a carb refeed, so I'm going to be eating more carbs, which helps. And that's when I also have my cheat meal, so I've got that to look forward to, and I just focus on that. Why is it going out of focus? Yeah, so don't get that many hangry moments, and if I do, well, I just eat something. Genuinely, it doesn't seem to matter what I eat. If I'm really hangry, if I just eat anything, it will kind of pretty much immediately subside after the first bite. I don't know. So, okay, so do you get sick of eating just protein and vegetables? I don't know, I mean, sometimes, but I'm not really focused on like what I'm eating. I'm not really obsessing over that. It's more like what I'm focused on is the goal that I want to get to. So I will do whatever it takes to get there. And if that means that I have to eat a lot of protein and vegetables like as meals just on their own, then that is what I'm gonna do. How do I cope with it? I don't know, I'm not finding it really that hard. I'm really not finding it that hard. I don't know whether a few more weeks in, I'm towards the end of week 7 now actually. I guess halfway through, just over halfway through week 7. So I've got another 9 and a bit weeks to go of what I've planned to do. So I don't know whether like closer to the end it's gonna be harder and I'm going to be less energized and feel really crappy. I don't know, but we will see. But at the moment, it's not really something I need to cope with because I'm okay actually. Right, next question. How do you know what a good target weight is when you've probably got higher muscle mass than people who don't lift? I don't really focus on the weight. I'm not really interested in how much I'm going to weigh. I don't have a goal weight to get to. I'm honestly I'm only weighing myself at all to just see how, you know, how it's going down. I'm kind of just tracking it a bit because I don't want it to go, I don't want to lose too much in a day or each day. Because that's an indication that I am losing muscle mass and I don't want to do that. I only want to lose fat. So that's one reason why I'm tracking it, and another reason is just to track that it is in fact going generally downwards and not staying the same or going upwards, because obviously I should be maintaining muscle and losing fat, so I should be gradually getting lower in weight. But I don't have a goal weight in mind. And I'm just really going by what I look like in the mirror. What I look like in the mirror. And I really think everyone should do that. I really don't think that anybody should be really focused on weight, because who cares how much you weigh? At the end of the day, it's what you look like, isn't it? And how you feel. I did actually do another video before this one. I recorded it like a week ago and I haven't uploaded it yet. And I talk more about this, so I'll let you guys know when I get that one actually up. How do you calculate your reduction in calories and how calories will be split into macros? So I did a video on how to calculate your calories and macros a little while ago, so you can check that one out and it explains exactly how to calculate your maintenance calories. So maintenance level as in maintaining your current weight, and how to figure out your maintenance, well, just how to figure out your macros in general. But essentially you need to figure out your maintenance calories, and then you gradually decrease the amount of calories you're getting from that point to a maximum of, I suggest, around 500, like a decrease of 500 calories kind of maximum generally is good, because after that point you're just not nourishing your body, and it just won't benefit you. So yeah, so check that video out, and it will explain how to do that. And if you have any questions after watching that, comment on the video, and I'll get back to you. How do you manage your hunger, and do you have low calorie meal ideas you could share? Honestly, low calorie meals are just, your best bet is just going to be a good portion of lean protein and vegetables. Sweet potatoes are good if you want to have something a bit more substantial with that, but yeah, those are going to be like your typical low calorie meals. You want to avoid anything that's fried or fatty or sugary, essentially, and it will be pretty low calorie. But I use MyFitnessPal to calculate all of that specifically, so you can do that as well. It's pretty easy. And how do I manage my hunger? Like I said before, I just split up my meals into smaller meals, so I'm having quite frequent meals and just managing where I put most of my carbs and which meals I put most of my carbs. I focus in on breakfast and then the meals around my workouts to keep my energy up, and it seems to work. Okay, we are on 12.5 minutes. We'll do a few more. How do you get energy for the day? Do you get tired fast? I'm actually fine. I haven't felt really tired, but that's, I think, because I haven't lowered my calories so much that it is detrimental to my body. I'm still getting enough calories. It is a deficit, but it's not a major deficit to upset my energy levels, really. And I do have coffee in the morning because coffee is life, and I do have aminos which have a bit of like caffeine and other like energizing ingredients in them. So I have aminos in the morning, and then usually while I'm in the gym as well to help me through. How do your family and friends support you and your choices? Most of my friends are gym goers themselves now, to be honest. My other friends, you know, they support me, but we don't really see each other that much for me to feel the love, if you know what I mean. I don't have a lot of time to see people these days, but it's just sad but true. Sad but true. My family, I would say they don't really support me at all, but I think it's just, you know, it's just a lack of understanding of what I'm trying to do here, and it's just out of their normal kind of comfort zone. They don't really get the whole internet thing. They don't get YouTube. They don't understand Instagram. They don't understand bodybuilding or, you know, any of that kind of stuff. So they're a bit worried about me sometimes. Sometimes I get comments from my parents that I'm just like, you don't understand this. So that's been tough for me, actually. That's been quite upsetting for me, but I've just kind of had to be like, well, I want to do this, so I'm going to do it regardless of whether I have your support or not. Eventually they'll come round, I'm sure. Yeah, no, they don't understand. They don't understand at all, really. What else? When you post progress pics on IG, do you get stupid questions about why you put your ass out on display? No, actually I haven't had any questions like that yet, but I do get a lot of weird blokes trying to DM me, which is, I guess, normal. I'm sure most girls on the internet in general get that kind of hassle, and I just ignore it. But no, I haven't had anybody getting upset with me for my progress pics or whatever, not yet, but I'm sure at some point I will do, and haters gonna hate. And yeah, how do you get over it if people criticise you? Haters gonna hate. You've got to ignore them. I feel like if I'm getting hate, then I'm obviously doing something right that's making those people jealous, so they feel the need to hate. Do you know what I mean? I feel like you're going in the right direction if you get hate. So use it as a positive. Okay, I will do at least one more. Sorry, I'm kind of rambly. That's just me. Socially awkward and rambly. How much cardio do you do, and the weightlifting you're already doing? What kind of cardio do you do? How long? How intense? And how often? Alright, so I'm going to tell you what I do at the moment, but it is different for everybody. Everybody finds something different that works better for them or that they like to do more. So this isn't like a gospel. This isn't like you must do this to lose fat. This is just what I'm personally doing at the moment, and I have, you know, I will change it if I feel like I need or want to. So it's not set in stone for me either. I currently am doing cardio at least 5 days a week, and I'm basically doing LISS, which is low intensity steady state cardio, which I'm enjoying doing, essentially walking at a steep incline on a treadmill, and I read a book while I'm doing it, which is cool because I don't get that much time to read, so now I've got an excuse. So I do that, and I've been doing that for around about half an hour to 40 minutes time, once a day, usually in my lunch breaks from work, and then I will do my weight training, which I still do 6 days a week. So I train everything twice a week, and what just happened there? What's going on? Huh. Something's happening to my camera. I don't know what it is. Hold on. Okay, so I feel like it might be trying to tell me that my memory card is getting full. So I'm just going to try and finish answering this question before it stops filming. So after my weight training, which I'm trying to, I superset as much as I can in my weight training, and I am only resting for about 30 seconds between each superset. So I've just made my weight training more intense in that way, but it is basically the same as it was before. Other than that, I'm doing a bit less of the heavy stuff and more of the like 8 to 12 rep range kind of stuff. So it's still heavy, but it's not super heavy and it's not super light. Yeah, so after every weight training session, I then go on to the treadmill again and do 10 minutes of sprints, 15 to 20 seconds sprint, and then the rest of that minute, so 40 to 45 seconds rest, for 10 minutes. And that's all I'm doing for cardio at the moment. Okay, it's not flashing at me still, so let's see if I can get another question in. Water weight, how to avoid retaining it. Water weight, how to avoid retaining it. Drink more. If you feel like you store a lot of water, drink more, because the reason that your body will retain water, among various other factors, but the main reason is that you're not getting enough water. If your body feels like it's dehydrated and it's not getting enough, it will hold on to the water that it's got because it doesn't know when it's going to get more. Your body's not, it doesn't know that you can get water anytime, so it will hold on to it. So drink more, that will help you. Other than that, you can try and sweat it out in the gym. But yeah, those are my 2 tips. Honestly, it's that simple. Okay, it's doing the thing again, so I'm going to cut it here. I will edit and upload this one, and then I will do a part 2 shortly. So if I didn't answer your question in this one, stay tuned and I will upload the other one in like a day or 2. Anyway, thanks guys, like, subscribe and turn on notifications so that you are notified when I upload each of my videos. Thank you.